What's good, y'all? J Boogie in full effect mode. Bun down is this sound. You know how we do. This is, of course, the Lounge Presents. We are live streaming right now on YouTube. And today we've got special guests in the building entering the lounge space. It was, it was interesting because I was not aware that there was a new project that was coming from this act. So when it stumbled across my timeline, I literally wigged out. Like, what? There's a new record? What? What's going on? So immediately, the heads came together and we said we knew we had to try and make this happen. Now, since the Great Migration, Harlem has been synonymous with Black excellence. The New York City borough has given us everything from the main ingredient to immortal technique and so many in between. In the early aughts, it gave us a crew and an album that resonates so clearly still to this day. The Cold Vein is firmly ensconced in the rap canon. Right about now, we'd like to welcome into the lounge space none other than
Yes, yes. Yes, yes. You know what it is.
Respect all
Much
day.
love.
Respect all day.
Word up. Vast Aire, Cannibal Ox. We here, IGC Records, Illuminati holding me down.
Peace.
You know what it is. We live in Cincinnati right now, working on some crazy music. Shout out to the team. We here, IGC Records, Cannibal Low, handle you slow.
Hey.
Yes, sir. Straight off the dick with these.
What's up with y'all? What's up with the team?
Oh, so y'all in the natty right now?
Yes, I've actually been in Cincinnati for around 8, 9 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Pretty
Yeah,
much.
we'll touch on that. We'll touch on that in a second
Yeah,
because that
yeah.
immediately brings
Been
up a
out.
question.
Yeah, yeah. I have a lot of ties to Ohio. You
Okay.
know,
Yo, Ohio's funky.
Ohio.
Done
Ohio is the
been.
birth of funk. That's
Oh yeah.
real.
Heart of it all. That's what's up.
The heart of funk, right here,
There you go.
Ohio.
Speaking of births, how were you first introduced to hip hop culture?
Oh wow. Crazy.
Great.
Um
Great question.
wow. Well, first of all, I was born and raised in New York City,
New York City. Yeah, that's what's up. Birthplace of hip hop.
birthplace of hip hop, which is the Bronx, New York. I was actually born in Mount Vernon, which is right across from the Bronx. Shout out to Heavy D, shout out to CL Smooth, Pete Rock,
Oh yeah.
Andre Harrell, rest in peace. And of course Vast Air of Cannibal Ox.
You're
Yeah, I was born in Mount Vernon. Uh by the age of 2, I was in the Bronx and just living in the Bronx until around maybe 7. At 7, I was in Queens, and from around 12, 13 up, I'm Harlem and Brooklyn. So I lived all over New York City and was forced to deal with something called hip hop culture.
Yes, sir.
I was forced to deal with it. It was something that was
All
all
around.
it was all around me. It was being expressed by different tribes and different clans of people who live in the area, be it Caribbeans, be it you know,
Latinos,
Native Americans, you know, whoever was around. Once they got caught up in hip hop, it was a wrap. They was attached to it. Graffiti culture was very prevalent. Graffiti was like the main part of hip hop.
visual.
Yeah.
Before it was on television.
Before it was on television, before we had memes
That was the way you got to experience.
and websites, the only way you experienced hip hop was through the medium of art and music. So that whole Basquiat movement, that is just as much hip hop as any of us scribbling our name on a train. So it was very important. You had to be there.
And you were coming up during that time, like the 70s or 80s.
The 80s, you know what I mean? So yeah, definitely prevalent. Gang culture, you know, we have to bring up the importance of how territories, gang culture, and graffiti, and how that all was
together.
it was all merging. You know what I mean? So
Then that's what influenced you.
that's what influenced us coming up, you know. You had to rep your crew, and you had to be thorough, or you was gonna get checked. And
Yeah.
that was in anything. If you was dancing, if you was drawing, dancing, graffiti, b-boying,
Friendly competition, basically.
friendly competition, you know what I mean? And that's something that I want to get across today. We got to get back to the friendly competition. It's okay to lose to a better man, and he makes you better.
Right, when you see your faults.
He makes you assess your dance moves, your letters. Maybe your R wasn't the best.
Right.
But when he came around and he drew his R,
Punchlines.
yo, maybe you didn't have the best punchline.
Yeah.
But because you went through a couple of battles,
That made you.
trials, and you lost, and then you come, you know what I mean? So it's important. You know what I mean?
We come from.
And that's what we come from. So seeing people think that if you're gonna battle, there's gonna be beef and there's
Right.
nah, that's immaturity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look at Nas and Jay. They beefed for years and then came back and did music together.
And we're out both on top. Exactly.
They both on top.
Because steel sharpens steel. Like that was.
Steel sharpens steel, man. So, I want to emphasize that hip hop was about that friendly competition. We made each other better.
That brothers, between brothers, when you see your brother do something, you wanna be like, I can do that too. You might not do it as good, but you're gonna do it in your way.
You're gonna do it in your way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we were forced into. There was no
Escape.
what happened before us is like funk, rock, jazz, reggae. There was nowhere else to go. It was like, this is ours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Our moms, they had theirs.
All of those musics came together kind of.
Our granddad, they had theirs.
Right. Hip hop is a crescendo of that.
Hip hop was ours.
Yeah.
It was the expression of the youth.
Yeah.
You know? Even though I got gray hair in my face right now, we still young, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Like,
hell yeah.
You know? So shout out to everybody that was there, because we were there before the TV madness.
Yeah.
Like, had cell phones and you could take pictures and everybody video and show. We were there.
Yeah.
You couldn't do that. You just had to experience it.
We were there before the cell phone. So it was a different shout out to Jill Scott. she's telling everybody you can't have your cell phone at her concert.
You just gotta be there.
And I'm like, I love that. You know what I mean? You be in the moment. How many shows do me and you have in our head? There was no cell phone. There was, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So like it's about being in the moment and being in that human memory, that essence of memory, and just smiling when you think about you was in that room.
Yeah.
You know, we was in that room with Tribe Called Quest, Rakim,
studio sessions.
Studio sessions.
When you couldn't pull out a phone, they'd be like, "You crack? What are you doing? Why are you doing this?"
Nah, for real. We was in studio sessions where real shit went down, and some of these kids, you're losing the moment trying to record everything.
Right.
I get it. Get one or two songs.
Right, couple pictures.
You be trying to get the whole concert on your phone. Relax. Your shoulder is mad tight. Your neck is mad sore, yo. You know what I mean? We was like this at the show. We was like this. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? We was doing the whop and the baseball bat. You know what I mean? So like, you know what I mean? So just a shout out to the kids right now. Get your one or two songs. Wait.
Be in the moment.
Be in the moment though. Be in the moment though. And
enjoy your time.
Really enjoy, what the artist is giving and what the culture is providing.
Exactly.
You know?
Truer words could not be said. Say word.
Shout out to everybody that's viewing. Shout out to all the real fans of hip hop.
Yes,
you know what I mean? We here, man. Cannibal O, handle you slow.
You mentioned the family a little bit earlier, and it made me think about what were you growing up around? What was your family playing around the home when you were growing up?
Oh wow. Well, like I said, I did gloss over a few boroughs. And for everybody, and everybody doesn't know how our city is laid out.
Yeah.
You could be in a borough your whole life
and never go outside of
our city is so
densely populated.
Our city is so dense.
Yeah.
People could be in about 2 boroughs their whole life. They might have a friend in a neighboring borough.
And they've never been there.
And I'm telling you, our city is that dynamic. So, like I said, I was born in Mount Vernon, started there, started in the Bronx, growing up in the Bronx as a toddler. By the time I'm around 7, I hit Queens. And this is where I'm about to rhyme. So I haven't rhymed yet. I'm just absorbing it. At 10 years old, 1988, I couldn't wait no more.
Okay.
All right. My birth name is Theodore. So I was like T to the H to the E to the O. That's my name. Don't wear it out. So, and that was my biggest rap. I was 10 years old, yo.
That's it. You might have to bring that back.
I'm gonna have to bring that back, B. And then so I was 10 years old. I was 88 at the time. I think No Half Steppin' was out.
Yeah.
Christmas in Hollis is out. Okay. So these are like the biggest songs right now. My Philosophy, KRS-One.
Hey.
So it was a crazy time. This is what I'm around when I'm starting to rhyme. Okay? Run DMC, KRS-One, LL Cool J.
Public Enemy.
It's 1988.
Slick Rick. Adventures, of course.
I mean,
Ultramagnetic.
Ultramag. It was crazy. Like every day, I felt like there was a new artist just smacking me.
Brand new being speaking.
Brand new being, Grand Puba is 88. He was Grand Puba Maxwell.
Yep.
All right.
Over like a fat cat.
Come on, yo. Come on, yo.
Classic.
They
Yes,
don't
sir.
even know. They don't even know. So, like, just shout out. We just shouting out real hip hop right now.
Lord Sear, rest in peace.
Yo, rest in
Oh, yes.
peace. Rest in peace to Lord Sear. Rest in peace to Power, Wu-Tang.
Yes.
Rest in peace to Aesop, the Black Wolf. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to Zion. Mad
Oh,
people,
yes.
peace.
Man.
Rest in peace to Peace from
Yes.
Freestyle Fellowship. We lost mad people, yo. Much
Yes.
love. Shock G.
But that's why you got Vast on here, because we don't need to lose no more recipes. This one of the last legends. Yo, we gotta raise him up.
I'm saying.
Respect his grizzly, his hustle, his gangster, what he got upstairs, and his knowledge. He gonna keep bringing the essence of hip hop to you.
Yo, we
With the
here.
music that we got coming too.
We here. I know I always say I'm here and I'm not going nowhere. I always say that. But the reality is my physical has a date. So I'll be here in spirit. I'm leaving art. I'm leaving books. I'm leaving interviews. I'm leaving a piece of myself that'll always be here. Because it's hard. Prince is gone.
Yes.
Michael Jackson is gone.
Yes.
James Brown is gone. Little Richard is gone. Who I ran into at a Denny's in
Oh,
Texas,
what?
South by Southwest, 20 years ago, South by Southwest.
That's crazy.
And we walked into a Denny's and he had 10 tables together and was like, y'all could come. He was like, y'all could come eat with us.
Right, that's what's up.
Shut up.
That's
Damn.
what's up. Yeah, bless events. But guess what? No camera. That's all.
No camera.
Yeah,
No
Damn.
camera. It's right here. Shout out to DJ Sip One from Cannibal Ox. He was with me. Shout out to Carnage from Mighty Joseph. He was with me. All right. I got witnesses, but we didn't have a cell phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So we got the memories locked in, and you see the smile on his face. That's what hip hop has been doing for us our whole lives.
Little Richard taught me about this game. Sat me down. We ate with Little Richard for over 3 hours.
Damn.
So when we paying homage to people that are no longer here no more, it's touching. You know what I mean? Because they paved the way.
Yeah.
You know, Biggie paved the way.
Of course.
Tupac paved the way.
John Forte.
Rest in peace to John Forte, refugee camp. All
Yeah.
right. That's a personal brother of mine and Illuminati's.
So
Okay.
You know what I mean? Shout out to High Tech. He up the block. You know what I mean?
yes, sir.
Shout out, rest in peace to Camus and Prism. We here, we holding the floor.
Shout out Sons of Silverton.
Shout out Sons of Silverton. We up in here. Jay Hill, we up in here.
5Ds.
5Ds, you know what it is. You know what I mean? Just repping for our Cincinnati family. But
There you
yeah,
go.
man, New York, you know what it is. We here.
Okay.
Word up.
I'm glad you bring up the Natty again, because the one thing when you mentioned that y'all were in the Natty, the first thing that popped up in my head was, okay, the huge difference between New York and Cincinnati. Can you describe the differences between the two and what it's like living between the two?
Well, to be honest, they're actually similar.
Okay.
They're so similar that the same architect
Yes.
that did the Brooklyn Bridge did the Cincinnati Bridge.
Okay.
Roebling,
Okay.
yes, sir, John Roebling.
John Roebling.
And they film a lot of movies out here because of the architecture is similar to New York City. They filmed
Okay.
like Rage in Harlem, a couple other movies with
Rage. They did scenes. I'm from Harlem.
right.
They did scenes in
Here.
Rage of Harlem here
Cincinnati, yes.
in
Okay.
Cincinnati. They filmed Superman here.
Yeah, because of
The Justice League building is a
Oh yeah, yeah,
physical.
yeah.
That's a physical building here in Cincinnati.
you know what? So it's funny because Cincinnati's got a lot of like different ties to the culture that people would know as far as like even when you go to James Brown. So all the hip hop samples, James Brown started here. This is where he was recording at King Records. So
Yeah.
all the breaks and all of those things, those were made here in the city. So that's kind of like when it goes to New York, it went there and got refined and perfected. But Cincinnati had a lot to do with the beginnings, as far as musically with Bootsy Collins and Zat and Roger Troutman and people like that. Those sounds came from here, and people
Hell
in
yeah.
other places used them in hip hop. So that's kind of like what Vast is saying as far as the connection between the two places as well.
Yeah,
Let him
there's a
know.
lot. If you build with MCs, there's a lot of people in New York that always had a cousin here,
Yeah,
Okay.
a
Yeah.
brother here.
Ohio, yeah,
They
Wu-Tang,
they
for
went
instance.
they went to school here. You know, Wu Tang is connected here. Cannibal Ox is connected here. Def Jux was connected here. We have Copyright, who was connected to Def Jux. We have me. I'm connected to here. We had Camus, rest in peace.
Yes.
We have
Absolutely.
Metro of SA Smash. So there's a lot of connections.
Tanya
Yeah.
Morgan also.
Oh wow.
Peace to TM.
Oh
They're from
wow.
here also.
Oh wow. Yes, yes. And what was I gonna say? You just took the words out my mouth, but you know, Cameron.
Yeah, he used to be out here all.
Cameron
That's
has a
right.
huge
Yeah.
He be in Ohio a lot. Yes,
He
sir.
held it down out there for a
He
minute.
got a song about being out here.
yeah, he got plenty of songs about being out here, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's
So,
vocal about
you
liking
know,
it there.
This is kind of like the other Virginia, like when people
yeah,
hustle.
that was
Okay.
perfectly said.
Yes, when people use
This is
this is like another
The other Virginia.
country.
this is
But they still get down, they get grimy out here. So that's when a lot of people from New York, when they come out here to Ohio, you might think it's soft, but when they get around, they're like, oh, okay, they feel at home because they know you can't play around and they don't play no
Okay.
shit out here, even though it seems like it's country. So that's where the similarities when he says it's kind of similar. That's another
got you.
thing also, even though we're in the
Say what?
country.
yeah, yeah. It's you know, it's definitely country out here and it's cities out here.
Yeah,
So
you can have the best of both worlds.
There you go. There you go. Now you mentioned the Superman movie, the Hall of Justice. I'm glad you mentioned that because your love of comics is no secret, and your love of the X-Men is no secret. There you go. That's what I'm saying right there. There
come
you
on
go.
now. Come on now. We represent the nation of gods and earth first and
Hey,
foremost. So we always gonna rep. We always
oh.
teaching. We always teaching in our music, in our everyday life. We always spreading the knowledge.
Could
You
you
know what I
please?
mean?
There's going to be people who are not familiar with this title. Can you please break down for them who are not familiar with this title what you're holding up?
All right. Well, what we are looking at right now is the classic Superman versus Muhammad Ali formulated by DC Records,
Yeah.
by DC Comics. Yeah, this comic is as old as me, 1978. And talk about the timing with the time we're in right now. You know what I mean? And you got Superman and Muhammad Ali going head up.
Right.
And my
Damn.
favorite part is Batman watching
Yeah.
Jimmy
Jimmy Carter, Lex Luthor.
Right.
Lex Luthor and Batman are like we front row for this. But yeah, we collect comics, again, real hip hoppers. All real hip hoppers collect comics.
Yep.
Okay?
Goes hand in
Vintage
hand, yo.
vintage toys, you know what I mean? So
So let me ask
X-Men
you,
is about X-Men is about to come back, so it's about to get real.
what are you? What are your current titles are you reading right now?
Right now, I'm actually reading an old stash. I told myself I can't buy any new comics until I get through this 50 stack
Yeah, I
that I
mean, yeah.
have. So
Of course.
I'm like, get through this 50 stack, then you could go to the store.
Yeah.
So basically, so
Fine.
basically, I'm rocking power. I'm reading the old power packs right now.
Okay.
I'm into power pack,
Okay. All right.
the little young kids with the
Yeah.
powers. So I'm reading those right now. If I'm not reading that, then I'm reading like a Batman or a X-Men comic. You know what I
Okay. Cool.
mean? Yeah, I just showed them that. You know what I mean? But
If
yeah,
if we're
man.
talking, if we're talking
But
about X-Men, have you got a favorite arc of X-Men?
wow, a favorite X-Men arc.
I
I got like
got
five of
it.
those.
I got it. Okay, give me your five. Give me your
He's
five.
like, he's like, you got one arc. I'm like, I'm battling arcs in my head right now. Like I like what was the one with I like the Extinction Agenda. The
Ooh.
ex
Not
the,
Secret Wars, not that one.
nah. That's
Or the Phoenix.
that's an Avengers story technically.
Okay,
Yeah.
Secret Wars. Yeah.
But when it comes to X-Men,
That Phoenix arc, of course.
yeah, when it comes to X-Men, the Phoenix arc,
Mm.
um, the Extinction Agenda,
Hey.
um, if we just go to any comic, I would say the Frank Miller Batman.
Hey. Hell yeah.
If we open it up, we gotta say Spawn.
Of course.
Like
Okay.
there's a lot of crazy, real good comics.
Yo.
Um, what was let's give them like a image or a dark horse joint.
Yeah. Yeah. Go there.
Uh what was on image? Well, Wildcats.
Hey, there you go.
Wild
There you go.
Wildcats. Check out Wildcats, which
There you
was
go.
on Image Comics and a dark horse. Uh Alien versus Predator.
Yeah.
There you go.
Alien versus Predator on Dark Horse.
There you go.
These comics have changed your life.
Classics.
Classics. You could probably find all of that in digital format now.
Yeah.
If you can't find the physical.
Yeah. There's
Um
there's so many options, digital options now.
yeah. And I don't mind digital, but there's nothing like holding a comic.
No, there's
There's
never like
nothing.
holding a comic.
We are physical media. Speaking
School.
old school, speaking true school, speaking speaking of physical media, Cannibal Ox, we have the pre-order of the Cold Vein. Make sure you go to the website cannibal-ox-ox.com. Make sure you check that out.
25th anniversary.
25th anniversary, man. Word up. Restored sound, restored artwork, updated credits, all mistakes and misspellings fixed. Oh man, it's a beautiful day, yo.
For the adult collector in you.
For the adult collector in you. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? For all
You
of y'all that need to have it. They say the third time is the charm.
Yes,
So this is the act. This is the third printing, and it's the most perfect printing.
You know, I like that you say that it's a beautiful day, and that it is time for this, because whether or not you yourself acknowledge the place and the canon that this record has, and because I mean,
Gotta salute it. Respect.
do you ever sit there and just, you know, when you're just lighting up a spliff, just sit there and just think about the fact that you're responsible for such I mean, it's there's so many words I can use to describe it, but right now I'm at a loss, because the place that this record has in the canon is so venerated and so acclaimed. Do you ever sit there and just say that to yourself, like, I was really, you know, I really had a hand in making this record?
Man, I mean, I'm lost for words still. And I made it. And I know all the little idiosyncrasies it took to make it.
And it's funny, I'm from here, but I was there at its inception. You know what I'm saying? I was there to see their beginnings of where they would, how they used to feel about music and what they wanted to do, even before they got signed, because they used to run with John Forte and we were cool. So I used to see them all the time, and the passion for the music. They were one of the only artists back then. That's all they thought about, was how they wanted to come across to the people. So it's a blessing to see it all come full circle right now to where he's over my house, because I got to see him as a young pup, getting his feet wet, doing all the things that you do in the industry to make yourself important, and to have his work last. That's amazing to me that I was there to see it. So what you talking about, I feel the same way, because I was there to see it and to know him, so I already know how he feels about it. Not to even cut you off.
No, it's a blessing. It's a blessing to be able to make something that transcends time, and it affected people.
Yes.
Whoever was going to school, whoever was getting that job, whoever was dating that somebody, or you know,
Going through a tough time.
they was going through life. Shit, the World Trade went down.
Yes.
Okay? Like, let's put it in perspective. So when that album hit, it was like you understood why the World Trade was going. You understood why the world was
Terrible.
was in peril and in the place that it was in. And it's a beautiful record. I shake my head at how mature it is. We were babies.
Yes, that's what I would say about
We
it,
were
too.
babies. We could have just BS'd.
But that's how New York, when you're in the city like that, you get steeped in the. That's what you were saying about hip hop. Also, you get steeped in the culture so much that it's kind of like that's how you have to express yourself. And when you get a chance, he took full advantage of the opportunity.
It's just like, my mother, rest in peace to my parents. My mother didn't raise no fool. So my father had me reading 11th grade newspapers in the 8th grade, the 7th grade.
Dope. That's dope.
I'm reading 10th and 11th grade newspapers.
Yes, exactly.
My father wasn't playing. My father learned how to read in jail. Okay,
So they want you to have to do.
my father got his master's degree in jail. Okay, so he was like, "There's no way you gonna be outside in the world and you can't read." All right. So he had me reading. I was reading at an early age.
Giving the recipes.
You know what I mean? My father, again, rest in peace. My father was a black spade. We want to talk about hip hop.
Okay.
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 We want to talk. We want to talk about karate and hip
Man,
hop
talk about
and
lineage.
Jim
Let's go.
Jones.
Hey, there you go.
And we want to talk about Superfly and cocaine. Okay.
Rooftop.
My uncle, real talk, my uncle sold coke to Teddy Pendergrass
Damn.
Crazy.
the night
What?
the same night that he was paralyzed.
Snap that he had accident.
The same
No.
night.
Crazy.
So
What?
this is the history that we come from.
Right.
This is why Cannibal Ox wasn't playing. Okay, we had to show you the neighborhoods and the worlds that we come from.
And they did. Yeah.
You know, we come from the 5% nation. We come from black spades. We come from funk, jazz, rock, reggae. This is what we come from. We come from English, patois, Spanish, Arabic. This is what we come from.
Islam.
You know what I mean? Like, so we found a way with Cold Vein to relay all of that.
Yeah.
We somehow we looked at each other and was like, we the next generation.
Time capsule.
We're the next generation. They already saw hieroglyphics. They already saw Wu-Tang. They already saw
Black Moon.
all of them, Boot Camp Click. They already saw all of that. So when we was coming with Cold Vein, it was like we are the next time capsule.
Right.
Bare facts.
We're gonna bring you Kendrick Lamar. There is no Kendrick Lamar without Cannibal Ox. There is no J. Cole without Cannibal Ox. We opened that door where you could be 100% a weirdo, but 100% street
artist.
There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
Of course.
It wasn't the it wasn't the weirdo with no soul, and it wasn't the street without a mind.
Right.
It was the perfect merging, and you got that from Wu-Tang. You got that from Mobb Deep. You got that from Tribe Called Quest.
Company Flow.
You got that from Juggernauts, from Company Flow, from Curious George. Rest in peace to Lord Sear. So, you got that energy, pardon me, from all of those groups that I just mentioned.
Right.
You got that from Psychodrama. You got that from
Power Rule.
Power Rule. Wow.
Hey.
Wow.
Because I was there too.
You was there.
That's the whole.
You was there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So we kicked the door open so you can have Baby Keens. We helped kick that door open. There was people before us, people with us, and we still here kicking down doors
Hell yeah.
because we're showing you the importance of longevity.
Yes.
It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. I've been here, youngin, and I'ma be here.
Hey, why run down and fuck one when you could go slow, walk slow and fuck them all?
Come on now.
There you go.
Come on now.
There you
It's
go.
a marathon. It's a marathon. Leave a
There you go.
legacy. Leave a legacy. Teach other artists. Put other artists on. I love EPMD, but I really love Das Effects.
Right.
EPMD put them on.
Right. Made sure they could get out there to the people.
So if you get in the door, you
Right.
gotta put other people on. And that's all we've been doing.
You bring up a really good point. When Blade of the Ronin dropped, there's two producers on there. One handled the majority of the production. Someone that
Yes.
not everyone was familiar with, but someone that you obviously recognized and said, it's your time. Tell us about
Yes.
Cosmic.
Oh wow. God bless and thank you for that. My man Cosmic holding it down. Blessings. He just got a newborn baby. Blessings to my man.
Hey,
He's holding now.
salute.
Watch where now. If you go, his sound is crazy because he's a father now. All right. Watch where his art go now because he got the pitter patter feet running around the house.
Yo,
He got
congratulations to
something.
him.
He got something with his DNA looking up at him. So watch where his art go now. I love that brother. We have a mutual friend. Shout out to my man Taj. I met him through my man Taj years ago. I'm talking 20 years ago. And we always wanted to work. It was one of those things where we met, we vibed. He gave me a beat CD. And I was like, yo, we gonna work. And we never worked for like 7 years. Finally, on that seventh, eighth year, we finally worked. And blessings came out of it. It's a lot of music that y'all didn't hear, but a lot of it you did hear. Y'all ended up hearing Gotham, and you ended up hearing Gases in Hell, and you ended up hearing Psalms 82. And we hit hard. We released that single in 2013, and we've been going hard ever since. Before that, we had did Royal Purple Bag
Mm,
on Ox 2010.
okay.
That was a Vast Aire solo record called Ox 2010.
Yeah.
He worked on that project.
Okay. Okay.
Then we came full force with Gotham, and then after Gotham, we dropped Blade of the Ronin, which Gotham was on.
Okay. Okay.
And you mentioned Black Milk, who produced one song on there for us.
Yeah.
All the other beats are Cosmic on that project.
Yeah.
Word up. And like you said, I made a lot of music with him, and he's one of my main producers. And I'm gonna be coming hard with him always. You're gonna hear stuff with me and Illuminati, who did the interview with me. You're gonna hear stuff with me working with my team from Adam's fam. You know what
Hey.
I mean? They're still working. They're still around. So everybody is still here going hard. You know what I mean?
Yo, you mentioned Adam's fam. Alaska dropped a record recently with Big McEnroe from Vancouver, Canada. And when they dropped it, I hit up McEnroe like, what is this for real? Is this like Alaska from Adam? He's like, this is Alaska from Adam. Like, what? And it was a dope record.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm telling you, everybody's still working and
That's dope.
grinding. Shout out to Adams. I just spoke to Cryptic the other day. Shout out to the team, man. I'm trying to work with them again and bring it all back together again.
Mhm. So when you made the move out to the Natty, what was it about the Natty other than things you've already mentioned? But what drew you specifically to the Natty? What
Well,
was it that?
I got a lot of people out here, a
Okay.
lot of personal connections throughout the
Okay.
years.
Okay.
And I knew that I needed a break from New York. And I knew that it wouldn't be that far.
Right.
And I also knew that it still had a similar energy.
Okay. Okay.
So I was cheating, you know. I went to New York light. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I was just cheating on, cut back on the sugar a little bit.
It's funny when I bring people from
A
New
lot of
York, they
people,
come
but a
down
lot of
here,
people from
they
New York have
always
done that.
they feel like this is home to them
It-
every time.
It has a similar vibe,
Yeah.
you know, the way it's structured and the people, and there's a lot of New Yorkers out here.
That too.
You know, there's a lot of New
We're still
Yorkers.
the East Coast, even though we're on the back end of it.
Yeah,
That's how I look at
we
it.
still the East Coast. It's just the back
Yeah.
end.
Yeah. Just a little East Coast.
You know
That's
what I
all.
mean?
The West East Coast.
There you
We
go.
we shit. We could be on the train longer in New York. We could take a flight to New York.
And get there in just the same amount of time, like 2-3 hours.
It ain't nothing, B. You know what I mean? We hop on a flight and be in New York. It ain't nothing.
You mentioned earlier the World Trade Center, the environment that led to the World Trade Center. And now here in 2025, is it not ironic that we're now watching all this happen in front of us?
Wow. From all the way, because think about that. All the way from the World Trade Center to now. It's just like we're still in the ball.
That's what hip hop taught us, those things. So
Hip hop taught us about all of hip hop was our CNN.
Hell yeah.
Hip hop always told you about these wars that were brewing up. You know what I
that's why the
mean?
music has changed now.
It wasn't all jokes and fun. We actually took the time to say, yo, we're losing our mind. Don't push me. I'm close to the edge.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying not to lose my head.
Yeah.
It's a jungle out there. You know what I mean? Like, we were trying to tell you, and look where we are 50 years later.
Right.
Look where we are.
They didn't want to listen to us. Wanted to silence the voices.
You know what I mean? Like, and wherever there's oppression, you're never gonna have peace. I don't care where it is. Wherever there's oppression, wherever there's corruption, wherever there's censorship,
Imbalance.
wherever there's imbalance, you're gonna have no justice.
Chaos.
You're gonna have chaos. And that's the state that we're in. Don't get it twisted. This is a hashtag free all black people home.
Yes, sir.
This is a hashtag free Palestine, hashtag free Sudan, hashtag free all people. Liberate people.
Mentally, liberate your minds.
Allow people to be free. Allow people to free their dome. Okay? All of the wisest books, there's no compulsion. It's a man that forced it on you. All of the wisest books don't have any compulsion in them. The Bhagavad Gita, the Quran, the Bible, the greatest books in the world that govern this world, there's no compulsion in it. What you're really reading is inside of you.
Yes. Mhm.
You're not reading the page.
Making that connection.
You think you reading the page. The page is dead. You reading yourself.
You alive, yes.
You're the one that's alive. You're the one that gives that interpretation. So if you're going to sit there and tell the world that you're the chosen people, you should lead by example.
Right.
Mm.
No skeletons in the closet, no skull and bones. Mm.
Wow, I caught that one.
Yes, sir. I know you would. You think.
I know they caught that at home because I know their listeners are smart.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's like if you're gonna claim to be the chosen people, then lead by example. Because
Mm.
that's why you were chosen.
Right, exactly.
It doesn't mean you won't make mistakes.
Or that you should have everything.
Wow. Well, we dropped our bombs for the evening.
Hell yeah. God, yeah.
And those
No, but no, it's all real.
and
It's
those
all real.
bombs didn't cost millions of dollars.
Exactly.
Right?
We don't need a filibuster to get some
Jeez.
new money up in here for that. Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? Shout out to the 200 schoolgirls that were blown up.
Mm.
That's my sister dead. That's your aunt. That's a future mother
Ancestors now, yes.
gone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, because of selfishness and greed. All right.
But we're raising the vibration. That's what we're going on. Up, we're moving forward and going up.
It's all about raising the
Exactly.
vibration. Free
Exactly.
all black people. Free all people.
Yes.
Speaking
Word
of
up.
raising the vibration, you're doing exactly that with this new record, Airplane.
Woo!
Mhm.
Listen, we gotta first and foremost, I gotta shout out Cosmic again.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Mm.
Shout out to Cosmic. That's my brother. I don't go 72 hours without talking to him. That's my brother. And we zone in. We always working hard. We always working on the next project. We're always, pardon me, hiccups. We're always pushing ourselves. You know, we're trying to get the best. I'm trying to get the best out of him. He's getting the best out of me. I I I might get 6 versions of a beat, but we gonna figure out how it needs to sound. From the tempo, from tweaking a sample, from who should get on it with me.
Right, right.
I mean, we're always like this in the corner of the room. So, you know, for you to bring up Airplane, it's a special project. First and foremost, it's the project that highlights us moving forward without Vordel. Okay. The fans have known throughout the years that he has struggled with depression, and he took a back seat after Blade of the Ronin. And we told him, you know, we're always here for him. We always want him to ride, you know, and we always want him to do what's real. We don't ever want him to force something.
Yeah.
You know, we don't want to be dragging him to do an album and dragging him across the world. Be in the right mind state.
Of course.
Yeah.
This is spiritual first. So he gave us the blessings to keep going forward. And that's what we've been doing for 12 years now. So, Airplane and Live from the Airport, which was before that, that was the transcendence of moving forward with Cannibal Ox.
Hence the title.
Hence the title,
Okay. There you go.
Airplane. You know, I had to take you to the new plane.
Yeah.
We moving forward. You know what I mean? And I want to make it clear for the record, I've stated this before. There's no breakup. There is no breakup.
There you go.
That's my brother for life. We brothers for life.
There you go.
And he has the ability to come back. That's what's beautiful.
That's beautiful.
But that's on his terms and his time.
Yeah.
I'm happy enough to just play some NBA Live. You know what I mean? And go catch a movie. Let's go see Sinners Part 2. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm good on that. But
Yeah.
I would love for him to be like, yo, I'm ready, I'm healthy, I'm back.
Yeah.
I want to do it.
There you
But
go.
it has to be honest. It has to be from him. It can't be from outside sources, you know? So I just wanted to state that for the record again. Shout out to V Mega holding it down. We love you. We always gonna ride for you, and we here.
Yo, straight up and down.
It's all
You couldn't.
about mental health first. You know
Yep.
what I mean?
You couldn't
It's
put it.
all
You couldn't
about
have said it
mental
any
health
better.
first.
Definitely. How did
You
it
know what
feel
I
to
mean?
get back out there and do shows to promote the new record?
Ah man, it was a great feeling.
Yeah.
It was a great feeling. It was it felt good. It felt good to hear, you know, the fans yelling the lyrics, you know, the new songs, the old song. I said, oh shit, y'all know everything. Shit. Well, let's go. Bring it back. Let's go. Shit. It felt good. It felt warm. You know what I mean?
Just got back from Europe.
Yeah, man. Europe was
Yep.
crazy. Oh my God. And like right now, we're starting to set stuff up in the States. Make
Yep.
sure you hit me up. Hit me up on social media, Vast Aire 2090, or hit me up at the website, cannibal-ox.com, and you can set up tour dates with us. We're setting up stuff now. You
There
know what
you
I
go.
mean?
There you go. Promoters, reach out. Reach out.
Yo, reach out. You can set it up. It's the 25th anniversary. We going hard right now. So we trying to go
Woo!
everywhere. You know what I mean? We trying to go everywhere. Oh yeah, I got the book coming. I'm
Oh
finishing
yeah.
a book.
Tell us about the book.
Yo, man, I've been working on a book for years now.
For a
It's an
while now, right?
esoteric book, a metaphysical spiritual book. I'm breaking down the esoterical sides of spirituality and mathematics and philosophy. I start with time and how and what time is and how we manipulate it, and I go from there. And I just start taking you on the journey of how Aboriginal people see the world. It's looking at the universe and the world through the black man's lens
Okay.
from all over the world. Ancient Egypt, ancient Arabia, ancient Hawaii, ancient Jamaica. You know what I mean?
That's
You're
dope.
able to see the world through a different lens. You know what I mean? So look out for that. Like I said before, I grew up in the nation of gods and earths. So that's my base. And I always wanted to do something that would reflect knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So
Peace to
the
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 gods.
book is basically a map and an outline for us to bridge some of the greatest schools in North America that taught us knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
Okay.
Starting with Noble Drew Ali, flowing into the Nation of Islam with Master Farad Muhammad and Elijah
Mm.
Muhammad, the Honorable,
Okay.
and then going into Father Allah,
Okay.
who is the founder of the 5% Nation of Islam. And
Damn. You got a title
and
yet?
they I do have a title. It's called the Asiatic Calendar.
Okay.
So look out for that. It's gonna be all over my book. I'm gonna have it in PDF format, and I'm gonna print it. So you'll be able to get it directly from me, just like you get my albums. So it's gonna be available worldwide, and it's a beautiful work of art. Like I said, I'm gonna be gone, but the book will be here. You know, my music will be here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So definitely.
Okay. Do you have a rough timeline maybe when that might drop?
To be honest, the PDF will probably be ready in another season.
Okay.
The PDF will be ready. The physical book I can't give you right now.
That's peace.
But the digital book, another 2-3 months.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so it'll
We're
be
gonna
all
bring you
over my
back
social
with the
media.
book.
It'll be on my website. It'll be on my social media. You'll be able to get copies of it. So
There you go. There you go.
I will send the lounge a personal digital copy,
Then you can come back and we can talk about it.
and we will come back and talk because I have to
That'd be sick.
explain it.
Yeah, that would be so dope.
You're gonna read it and be like, what did you mean in this chapter?
Yes.
And I'm gonna
Okay.
have and I'm gonna have to come back and break it down with Illuminati real quick.
Exactly.
There you go. Okay, you got to come back then. We got to talk about the book.
Turn that up a little. Give them a little piece.
Yeah, I know the audio isn't coming through. I'm sure.
MPC. We got the MPC up live right now.
Okay.
We in Illuminati Studios. We in Cincinnati right now, holding it down.
Well, yo, I want to really thank you.
Turn it down.
I really want to thank you for blessing the lounge space.
Come
Shout out
on, man.
Illuminati, respect,
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I'm
respect,
with Big
respect.
Vast. This my little big brother, bro. So I
Hey,
got enough love and respect for him. Whatever he wants to do, I know his vision. I know it comes from the heart. So
say
those are the
word.
people that I rock with. So anytime you see Illuminati, you're gonna see quality.
Word up. You'll see Lou. He'll be doing shows with me and stuff. And I'm going to be doing a lot of recordings with him this year. Shout out to the team. Shout out to Guilty. I'm on it. I'm about to get those files. Shout out to Guilty Simpson. Word up. You know what it
Oh
is, my
damn!
Detroit
Oh
fam.
damn!
Come on,
Jeez.
baby. You know
Oh
what it is.
damn!
That's our
You just
family. That's our
you just
family.
dropped
See?
the
Guilty,
nugget.
yeah, that's our people's. Yes, sir.
That's our peoples, you know what I mean? We holding it
Detroit
down. Shout out to
Bueno.
Big Nems, you know what I mean? Shout out to the family. We out here.
Okay.
Shout out to Double AB, Kenyatta Black,
Mm.
you know what I mean? Everybody that's been holding us down. Shout out to Hyro. They on tour right now. Shout out to
Yes,
Hyro.
sir.
Word up. And shout
All
out
right.
to the Lounge Presents, yo. Y'all been holding it down, and we gonna come back.
Thank you
We
very
gonna
much.
come back,
Respect.
yo.
Salute, peace,
Salute to
respect to
you
you,
both.
King. Thank you for having
Big
us.
up.
Word up, E. Word
Air-
up. Look out for the book. The Asiatic calendar is coming, written by Vishnu Allah, aka Vast Air.
There you
Fast.
Look
go.
out for new Cannibal Ox music. It's coming. It's serious. Look out for the reprint. We got the reprint of Cold Vein. Check out the website. Merchandise, tour dates, videos. Rock the new video. We got a new video out. I shot it live in
Yeah,
London. Yo, it's raw. We here.
like that.
We here from New York to Old York. We doing it.
Dano. Dano.
Peace.
Respect
Turn that
y'all.
up. Turn that up.
Yeah.
Oh, turn that up. That's hot. That's hot. Word up. Shout out to the lounge. We here. Cannibal
Woo!
O, handle you slow. Yo, mechanical pros. Yo, I got a freestyle like you don't know. Yeah, it's like that.